Hey guys, welcome to our channel. Sean is currently sitting across the couch from me with Harrison. Sean did the night feed last night, and so I did the early morning feed. But Harrison's early morning feed this morning was like 5:30. So up pretty early. I honestly don't know which is worse. Like, Sean has talked about this before too. The getting up in the middle of the night sucks, but also Sean, I think, hates getting up at the 5 o'clock and then just being stuck up after that. We watched Dory's Reef Cam, which he was actually smiling at and paying attention to, and it was super cute. And then when Sean got back up, he was like, go take a minute. So I did, and I went and took a bath. One of the things I do for myself during his breaks, at least I try one nap time of his a day to just sit down and read for myself, whether that be 30 minutes, an hour, whatever, because I love to read. It's for me. It allows me, reading also allows me to shut off my mind, and you kind of go to a different place.
Yeah, Harrison's sleeping. We're probably at the end of his nap time. Look at his little outfit he has on. If you can zoom in, the detail. It has golden retrievers on it, which I love. I love this. I don't know where it was or where we got it from. A couple of milestones have happened. He's almost fully out of newborn size, onesies and clothes. He still can fit his newborn size bamboo pajamas, but anything else newborn size he is out of. He grew out of newborn diapers a week ago. And I think he's almost out of swaddles. So I ordered some sleep sacks this morning, and we're going to try to pilot those in tonight and see how he does. But I don't want to change too much because we're going to be sleeping down here tonight because Tyler's grandmother is going to take our bedroom. But she has to drive tomorrow, so we're still going to, do the night feeds with the baby. Sometimes we have company. They like to do it, which I don't hate. But yeah, what Tyler was saying, I really enjoy the night feeds more than the morning stuff because I don't know, I feel like it kind of mimics my sleep pattern anyway, where I will wake up in the middle of the night, he's up for an hour, and I think he goes back to sleep easier, whereas when he wakes up at 5:30, I know that's it. Even though he's taking a long nap right now. But
okay, so I'm on a walk with Harrison. He's fussed a few times. It's just this never-ending game of putting his pacifier back in his mouth and then it falling out and putting it back, and then it falls out, but we're in motion and he wants it back, but then he's also upset that we're not in motion. He hears me talking right now. He's opening his eyes. But overall, he does really well on walks. He really enjoys them. He seems to really calm down, and I think it's nice to just get out of the house with him for a second. And then I told Sean, between my going to the gym and my workouts and then taking him for walks, I just feel even in new parenthood, it's allowing me to stay pretty active, and just I think he loves it, and I think it's also good for me. So, but I'm stopping at Starbucks because my mom got us some gift cards for Easter. I hadn't used it, hadn't made my second coffee yet. And I thought, well, I'm going for a walk. Might as well,
Guess what Harrison's watching this morning? It's the Cowboy Carter Tour on YouTube. He's actually watching his own reflection.
okay, so it's the next day. Harrison is watching the Renaissance Tour. We're watching not the Renaissance Tour, the Cowboy Carter Tour. We were up watching it last night a little bit because she started, with a newborn. We were up at the crack at all hours of night. We had a really bad sleeping night with him last night, probably the worst we've had in a long time. But Tyler's mama's here, and so we had company, and I don't know. It's just he didn't want to sleep much yesterday during the day, and so he took a long nap, I think too close to bedtime. And then he after his first stretch of sleep at until 2 a.m. he was up again at 5, and then he was just up. And so we are beat down, and because Tyler's grandmother was in the other room, we did the feeds in our room, so we were both up, so we are both tired today, which is just crazy work, but it is what it is. I think I need to go get a new MacBook today. Stay tuned for that. I'll explain more later. His grandmother's still here. We're going to catch up on the tour and kind of just catch up with each other for a minute this morning, but I just want to say, hey, it's the next day, and yeah, we're just hanging out, we're chilling. this morning before I start my work day. I feel like I have been up since like 5 o'clock, and my Oura ring says I slept 3.5 hours last night. An hour and a half of it was between like 3:30 and 5, and I was up like before that. So yeah, that's the day we're gonna have. We'll see how it goes. It feels a lot like those first days when we like just brought him home. That's what today's feels like, I think. But he's growing, and I think the transition from the swaddle to the sleep sack went well enough, but I do think that was a part of the struggle last night, as well as just the nap situation was just way off yesterday. So it is what it is.
Okay, so I'm out of the house. Harrison is fighting sleep so bad today. Tyler is trying to get him to sleep. He's feeding and trying to get him back to sleep. He's just been fighting it. I don't know why. We've done every trick in the books. It's just he's not feeling it today. But he has to eventually. That little body has to give out. But I headed out to Costco. I had mentioned earlier I need a new MacBook for like a new personal computer. I had one. I stopped using my personal computer for a long time and switched to using a kind of work computer. I didn't really need a personal computer because the only thing I did was like kind of edit our vlogs and yeah. But anyway, I now need a new personal computer. Just to have one. So I'm going to Costco to pick one out. They just have typically the better deals I can find on like new Apple products. Their warranty is so much better than Apple's is, and it's usually you may even find it a couple $100 under like Apple's MSRP, which is pretty good. I don't know how, but for some reason they're able to do that at Costco. Harrison has a new bouncer from Baby Bjorn. It was gifted by his Auntie Hayes and Uncle Bo for his baby shower. This is his first couple days using it, and he is loving it. Like all babies love it. It feels really simple in the world of baby bouncers, but we just uploaded a new video, and he recognizes Tyler's voice. And we were at the baby shower. People were saying like, oh, when he like was being held by someone else, they'd be like, oh, he definitely recognizes your voice, because he would like come and like he would like turn his head when Tyler would speak. Or he does not do that for me currently, but he does for Tyler. I am going to wash some bottles. Let me turn on a microphone. Continue watching our vlog. I edit them. He will then just go back and watch them. And only one time has he ever been like, oh, you should have edited this out. But we use this guy, the Baby Brezza bottle washer. I love it. I use this thing. I run it twice a day, generally. Once in the morning, once kind of in the afternoon, evening. Sometimes 3 times, depends on just if I need to do more. But it washes, dries, and sanitizes. And if I recommend one baby product to anybody, it's the Baby Brezza bottle washer. This is Baby Brezza formula dispenser. I also really love this, but the bottles are easier to do by hand. This bottle washer, to die for. And people say like, oh, we didn't have that when I was, and we survived. Yes, you don't need it. It is an expensive tool, but it's really, really convenient. I just load up all our bottles kind of like this. This one's clean, so I'm taking it out. And then I wash it pretty much every time we have 4 bottles to clean, which I do right now. So we have 8 bottles total. We feed him about 8 or 9 times a day. So in theory, I only have to wash them like once and he's good for the day, but I just don't like to let them like build up. So every time we have 4 to clean, I run this thing. To unbox my new computer for you guys. This is not a tech review channel. I'm not gonna get into the specs. Do I think you need it? Probably not. But I needed a new personal computer for me personally. Like, I actually think with MacBooks, they are pretty much upgrade proof for 3 or 4 years at like the minimum, and then you can upgrade. I last bought my MacBook Pro 4 years ago. But I traded it in like a year ago because I wasn't using it because I was using a work computer. But there's, things came up. I just need my my own personal computer as kind of I get more into content creation. I need like an actual dedicated space to do it on. So that's kind of what prompted this. I obviously love tech. If you guys have been with the channel for a little while, you guys know I love my tech reviews. I love talking about the tech we use in the house. But this one's not really a house gadget. It's more for me. So I got the new M4 MacBook Pro. I think it's this year's model. It's the, I don't want to read you the wrong specs. Yeah, M4 chip, 16 gigabytes memory, and 512 gigabytes of storage. I wanted a terabyte, but not enough to pay the cost jump. I'm gonna just use an external SSD. That's more than fine. But I love a new computer. It's just something about it. And then of course, Apple products are always so fun to open. This was, I think Costco, like I was telling you earlier, is like it's my favorite place to make big purchases like this. because one, their return policy is like 90 days. I think Apple's is like what, 7 days, 14 days, maybe 30, but I think it's less than that. I think it's only 30 around Christmas time. Costco's is 90 days. For any reason, I can take it back. I don't anticipate needing to take it back, but if I needed to, I could. And then I got Apple Care through them. And then Costco has its own warranty program too. That is a little, frankly, better than Apple Care. It covers some things Apple Care does not. So at least that's what Reddit told me. So yeah, all in all, I think I spent like $1,700 on this, which is kind of crazy for a new MacBook. I remember when they were much cheaper than this. The only reason I didn't get an Air was because I do so much video editing with the vlogs. Otherwise, I think for most people, MacBook Air will probably suffice, but I don't run any other like intensive programs. One thing I really like about them, so Costco doesn't carry them in silver in store. They might have them on online, but I really love the space gray, or the space black. Pretty much all my stuff is like space black. And this, just having a black computer or an almost black computer, just looks so nice. And then the charging cable is also black, which is really nice. And then I wonder if, unfortunately though, the brick is still white. Feels like a missed opportunity from Apple. But I'm not gonna do like a tech review, like a full review. You guys know how MacBooks work. Frankly, I don't feel qualified to do it. But this is the first open. And then the sticker comes off. There's nothing like new tech. Yeah, I'm gonna spend the next few minutes setting it up. Harrison is sleeping. Tyler just went to go run a couple of errands for, like, just to get out of the house for a little bit by himself, take a little bit of a break, which is all good. Before my next call, I'm like, you know, just go do something for you, and I will hold down the fort here. So that's what we're doing. He's sleeping, so it's pretty easy for me right now. But I'm gonna have to get him up in like 30 minutes or so to, I don't want him to nap for too long because he's been fighting sleep, and I think we've been letting him take too long of a nap. So we're gonna tighten that today. That way, he will wake up, do another feed, and then hopefully the next time he goes down, it's like the start of bedtime, and we can start getting him into like a real bedtime routine is the goal. Bottles are washing. Harrison is just chilling, looking at his own reflection in there.
He's going back and forth between little spurts of yelling and then smiling at his reflection.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, buddy.
Oh.
You smile for the vlog.
A little bit, yeah. Hello, guys. So we got some comments like suggesting that I mic up, and I just want to say that I hear you on that. I will do it. The only reason I'm not doing it like right this moment is because I am about to work out. I am in our laundry room, which doubles as a workout room, but it is a little chaotic in here. So we have an ab machine there that Sean's aunt gave us, but there's stuff all over it. Then we have the Peloton laundry that I have not got to. Just keeping it real. But I'm about to do just a as long as Harrison will allow a weight session in here so I can get it done. I'm not gonna go to Orange Theory today. They were doing like a partner workout, and it's not my thing. I'm pretty shy and introverted in real life. I've said that before. So I try not to honestly like think too much about like when you guys watch this and stuff, because I would, like, in real life I would be so freaked out. I'm just gonna find one of these. I've been sending Sean like just to have them on my record. Like I'll get like ads for, or not ads, but like on Reels. That's like yeah. So I'm gonna do something like this. Okay, so workout is done, but I fear Harrison's nap time is almost over, so I am on borrowed time. I'm going to try to start a bottle and make myself a sandwich before he gets going. Okay, feel like the lighting looks off, but I can't tell if it's just because it's cloudy or if I just can't see the camera well because of the sun. Whatever. We are in what I like to call Harrison's walk window. So pretty much, well, mostly too, it's on the days that like I work out at home and don't go to Orange Theory. I'll try to do like some sort of weightlifting at home, and then I will take Harrison on a walk. So that's what we're doing right now. He's actually fell asleep, which is good. But yeah, I think it's good for me. I just get some movement in, and then he really enjoys being outside as well.
Okay, so it is it's 5 o'clock. I'm making dinner. Harrison is currently sleeping. I want to just come and just shoot the shit with you for a minute while dinner cooks. I'm making cauliflower gnocchi. We posted a video yesterday where I asked someone, like, you know, or I asked, hold on, my God, just so you guys can hear me a little better. But I posted a video yesterday where I asked, you know, some meal prep services that you guys like. A lot of people said Factor was the best one to heat it up. Looked at it. I don't like the lack of control, which I think that's true with like all of them. And then some other people, you know, we are uploading these like kind of weeks behind where we record them. So the video that went up yesterday was like filmed more than 2 weeks ago. So, you know, when I said that, we were like so tired of not having a time to really find time to make food with like also caring for the baby. Like it was hard. Anyway, we've gotten into a little more routine where he goes down for a nap around this time every day. It's currently 5 o'clock. I come down, I make dinner, and then I usually go back to work for a minute because I kind of am taking a little longer breaks, and then I will just finish my work day up while Tyler watches the baby, and then we'll kind of trade off when I get off for a little bit. So he can go do something for himself, and that's been our system. That's worked really well. I'm making the cauliflower gnocchi for Trader Joe's. I don't know if I said that already. When we were in Vegas in between the Airbnb and the hospital, the Trader Joe's meals were like a godsend, and we had some in the freezer from a few months ago, I'd assume. And so they have been helpful this week in trying to find quick meals to make. I'm currently in the process of like researching some, you know, crockpot recipes that I used to like kind of do when I was in college and kind of short on time. So kind of returning to my roots there. We also in that mentioned that we thought Harrison was colic. I don't think he's colic. I do think he's a little gassier than normal. And a lot of you guys said something about his formula and switching that out. We actually have a pediatrician appointment tomorrow. By the time this video goes up, it will be, you know, weeks will have passed. So, but since I posted that video, he's actually gotten a lot better. I think part of it was just like the growth spurt he was in where he was just fussier than usual. He is still fussy, he is still gassy. So we are going to explore with the pediatrician about switching his formula out, see if it's something we should consider. As of the last appointment, we kind of raised some of these concerns with him, and he's like, no, just, you know, stay the course. If it gets worse, then, you know, tell me. But I don't think it's gotten worse. In fact, I think it's gotten better. I think part of his problem was where he was born early. His, you know, digestive system was still developing, at least. Hope that's the case. But he is still spitting up more than I would like to see, but not a lot. Not enough to be alarming, I should say. So we're going to ask the pediatrician about that tomorrow. We'll probably take this vlog into tomorrow. And, you know, we'll update you guys on how that goes. It's just a standard 2-month visit. There's shouldn't be any news out of it. Hopefully it all goes well. He is getting his 2-month vaccine. So I do want to explore doing another Q&A. We have so many new subscribers around here. Like I think in the last 6 weeks or so, we have gained 4,000 something subscribers, which is crazy. We are so glad you guys are here, but you guys are asking like a lot of really good questions in the comments about us, about the baby. And if there's things you want to know, let us know. We'll at some point film a sit-down Q&A, like a formal one. And I'm gonna start collecting comments kind of as I see them throughout our videos. So even if we do answer it some other time, at some point we'll do a formal sit-down Q&A. I will go ahead and mention the things that are off limits are anything about the baby's birth family. We are in contact with them. Someone did ask us an open option. If it's an open adoption, the answer to that is yes. That's as far as we'll go on that. Number 2, anything about kind of his medical stuff. He currently doesn't really have medical stuff, but I'm just laying the groundwork. That is part of his privacy that we will protect because, you know, he obviously is too young to consent to share that. So, and that's, yeah. And then anything with his birth family and kind of his story. These are like conversations we have to have with him as they are age appropriate. So those are off limits. Anything else about us, parenthood is kind of what we want to do. You can ask them and we will try to answer as many as we can. Most of you guys have been super, super nice and have reached out to us and given us so much good advice. I kind of like rail against unsolicited advice, but I think one of the great things about this community and like that we're building is you guys have given us like such good tips and tricks of things that you guys did with your children, or things you may have read, and that's pretty good. That's like the beautiful thing about this community we're building. Anyway, I'm gonna finish getting dinner on the table. I just want to come in and just kind of lay that out for you guys. That's something we want to do soon. And
I have something I want to show you all that was actually delivered to us a couple of days ago, but I didn't realize it because I thought it was just like looped in with all of our other Amazon packages. And we use Amazon for a lot of different things. But anyways, this is the I think Mambo is how you say it. Mambo Baby. It's actually a pull float, and it actually looks like an airplane. Heather got the airplane one because Sean likes airplanes, but yeah, it's really cute. And my nephew had one when we went to the beach last year, which you can actually see on our channel if you want to, if you wanted to go back. We actually vlogged that beach vacation, which we've been vlogging like almost a year now, which is crazy. I was just telling Sean how funny it is that this man loves waking everybody up, but he hates being woke up.
He's a baby. But I'm like getting him up from a nap. We allowed him a little cat nap. It's currently 9 o'clock. So tonight's bath night for him. And we're not recording that. Just we gave him a bath. I'm sure you guys can deduce why we will not be showing that on camera. But anyway, it's bath night for him, so we're waking up just to feed him. We gave him a little cat nap. We're working on like getting him to sleep longer periods at night, and so that means shortening some of his naps. I think really he would probably sleep for like another hour or two if we let him, but I want to save those hours for later.
Tonight. Yeah, he definitely has shortened his naps during the day.
That's on purpose.
Yeah, but he is on like his naps are an hour on the long end during the day really now.
And we're like following his cues. Like so when he shows us that he's tired, we like let him take a little nap. But it's just like not letting him go like too long.
Like 2 hours.
He's waking up now. But so I'm gonna feed him. We're gonna give him a bath, and then like lay him down, and that's bedtime. And so we're trying to start to introduce like now that he's old enough, like a consistent bedtime routine. He's not old enough to like sleep train yet. Like so we're just starting to introduce like habits.
It's also bedtime for dads when we do that. So
Good morning, Kingdom.
we're not stealing Corey King's tagline.
Yeah. We are up bright and early. It's 8 o'clock, bright and early. Actually, I was up at like 5:40. Because Harrison was up a little early today, but that's okay. We had a little morning together. But we are going to the pediatrician today. It is his 2-month checkup. So he did his first appointment. Well, he was in the NICU for 3.5 weeks. He did his nice twin Santa Fe. First appointment. Well, he was in the NICU for 3.5 weeks, so he had a physician in there. It was all good. And then we made an appointment when we got out of the NICU in Vegas, just so he could be seen there before we flew. And then he had one as pretty much as soon as we got home. And now that was his 1-month visit, and then his 2-month visit today. So he's getting his vaccines today. And we have a long list of questions for the pediatrician about formula, about all the stuff. Make sure he is on the right track. But I think he feels like he's growing really well. But obviously, these appointments are important just to like verify that. So and to make sure he's hitting all of his milestones. But he is slaying this morning. So he was just irritated this morning. I don't know. I think he just woke up on the wrong side of the bassinet.
Really about to be irritated.
Yeah, he knew it was his day to get shots. I think is what it was. But yeah, I don't mind vaccines. Like I kind of enjoy them in a weird way.
I just hate the doctor. I am not afraid of shots. Actually, Sean was with me at the doctor once. So I get a lot of anxiety about the blood pressure cuff for some reason, and the nurse was like, "I've never seen someone be able to take blood fine, but they panic at the blood pressure cuff."
Yeah, I've never had a real issue with a doctor, but I've been very fortunate enough to always have had like a clean bill of health. So, All right, we'll catch you up when we're done with this. Obviously, for patient privacy, we won't show you anything in the pediatrician office. But yeah, hope he doesn't react poorly to the shots today. So we have baby Tylenol on hand in case he does. But hopefully, it's just smooth sailing and he just goes to sleep.
Okay, so we are leaving the pediatrician currently. Harrison did fairly well at the pediatrician. He got his shots, his 2-month shots. He's growing well. He's, hitting the projections they want him to and everything. Overall, he's doing pretty well, and it was a good visit. And doctor said he was hitting his milestones like he should be and everything, and he was smiling at the doctor and nurse, so
Could not be you.
yeah, so that was cute. He really didn't get fussy until they gave him the shot, obviously, but he took one of his vaccines he took orally, and he took that one like no problem. Like, he actually liked it. The nurse said that it tastes like sugar water, and he had no problem with that. But
The pediatrician said that they don't think it's a, we talked about his fussiness. They don't think it's an allergy
I think it's stomach.
to soy milk. They think it's just reflux. So we're gonna switch him to Similac sensitive. I know some of you guys have been really keen on that. We kind of just want to get pediatrician's input because there's no signs that he's allergic to cow's milk. But we're gonna switch him to Similac sensitive, and see how that goes. It's more expensive per can, but that's okay.
We are okay with that if it brings us a little more peace and Harrison a little less screaming. He is so, and Sean was telling the doctor, he's like more fussy and irritable after feeds. And as you all know, like if you've had a baby, like there's not that much time between feeds, so like he'll eat and then he's fussy because he hasn't ate, and then he eats, and then he's fussy after he eats because he's uncomfortable, and then we're soothing him for that, and then it's time for him to eat again. And so hopefully...
Yeah, but it's gotten a lot better lately. We do the gas drops when we feel like we need to, but we don't rely on them as much anymore. He has gotten miles better than he was a few weeks ago, but we're going to try this and see if it helps him, because he's definitely like refluxy. He spit up on me twice this morning.
Yeah, hopefully the sensitive tummy formula helps him and allows him to be a little more comfortable. But we're headed home now.
Probably just close the vlog.
Yeah, we'll probably just close this vlog here because we don't really know what today is going to look like, but we have about a 99% probability. The doctor said that he's going to be fussier than usual, and love my little guy, but he is normally pretty fussy, so I think we might be in for a day today. So I think we're going to call it for this vlog and pick back up probably this weekend when we go to Corbin.